Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cornerstone SMP. We're still down here in the caves in our Dwarven kingdom that has been forming over the last 2 episodes. Yeah, you guys know that I love switching between the different projects, but I'm at the moment really still in the mood for doing some more stuff down here. But one thing that I really want to take care of now is this pillar that we have in the middle of this hall. I've been debating whether to keep it or not because it is kind of cool. I love these pillars that they've added in the new generation in 1.18. But this one just always seems to be in the way whenever I want to look at some of the builds in here. As opposed to, for example, the one over there, which really blends in nicely and is a nice background piece. So I decided to get rid of the one in the middle. And that was quickly done, and the hall immediately feels so much bigger because there isn't this one single thing hogging the middle, I suppose. But you can see over there I've built something new. It's just this relatively small statue of a dwarf that I came up with, and I'm not going to keep it where it is at the moment. I've been thinking about where to move it. It's a bit tricky, you know. I wanted to have statues because it feels like something that you would find in a Dwarven kingdom. So while I was trying to figure out where to put this statue, I also thought about ways of giving this place more of a history and making it feel like a full culture actually lives here. And if you guys have seen the Lord of the Rings movies, you might remember the tomb of Balin in the Mines of Moria. And that's going to be our inspiration for now. I want to build a tomb. Yeah, add some more story to the whole build down here, and I think it would be a really cool fit to have this statue as a bit of a guard, I suppose, protecting the tomb. So up here in this pavilion structure in the city side of the cave, we of course have these hallways. The left one connects over the bridge to the mines on the other side, and I dug out a bit of an area here in this right hallway, and I think this would be the perfect spot for adding a tomb and the statue. And there we have it. I think the clone icon and the black candles and the water in the back really make for some nice details to the whole build. And it looks kind of mysterious, a little bit spooky maybe even, but also pretty cool. I like it. I think it looks good. Yeah, and there's even another detail, or maybe even secret, to this tomb, as you can see right here. I put in a little mechanism that lets you open the tomb in the back. So you pull the lever in the back and it opens in the front, and you can see some remains, you know, of who was buried there. I hope we can in the future add more details like this to this area, because I think it's really fun for someone just walking around here and being able to discover some secrets. It's a few days later and it looks like someone left us some questionable interior. I guess he was going for a badum-tisch. That's adorable. Thank you, Matt, for the German pun. No, it's actually quite clever, you know. This is definitely something that our underground Dwarven kingdom has been missing. A toilet. I feel like now is a good time to leave the caves and instead go to a different spooky and dark area, the nether. Last episode we saw that Higgs had started doing some tunnel design in our area, as we live relatively close. Of course, our portals are close together as well. And now his brother Matt, who just left us this wonderful present, and also Joey moved into our area, which is amazing. It's really cool to have more neighbors, you know, make the area a bit more lively. So I wanted to work a bit on the tunnel that is gonna lead to all 4 of us, at least I think it will. I don't think Joey and Matt actually put in their portals yet, but I'm pretty sure they should be adjacent to us. And we have signs put up everywhere in the nether hub and stuff to make sure everyone knows where to go, but I think it'd be nice to have a bit of a nicer indicator than some signs. So I wanted to do a bit of an entrance area to our main tunnel for the 4 of us, and so I started building some statues. Because we're up here in the ceiling of the nether, it's a bit hard to actually get a good view on everything that you're doing, that you're building. But I managed to dig out a bit of a space for all the 4 statues to fit into. So we have Matt and Joey on the right, and we have Hicks and I on the left. I think you can recognize all of us if you've seen our skins before. It's of course a bit tricky with the small scale of the statues, but I did my best. I think it works. In trying to figure out how to make this room actually look like something that isn't just a netherrack box, my first thought was to incorporate some nether brick, because that's what Hicks used in his tunnel design. And then we want to break it up a bit, because this is a special room that's supposed to stand out next, against the tunnel, which is just mostly the dark purplish red of the nether brick. So I brought in prismarine as well as diorite. And now thinking about it, it has kind of become like the room of hated Minecraft building materials, right? Diorite, prismarine and nether brick. But put a bunch of misfits together and they form a pretty awesome colorful group. And I think, yeah, they actually do really look pretty good together. The ceiling is very close to bedrock, as you can see, so I dug out all the netherrack there and put in some glass to make it a bit less harsh to look at. I put 1 layer of light grey glass and then an effect on the sides with white glass by just changing between the panes and the full glass blocks, which looks pretty cool from below because the panes form this kind of cross structure. The room still isn't finished yet. There's still quite some netherrack you can see on 2 of the sides, but we've made some pretty awesome progress. I did also work on the tunnel and connected that design from the other end up to the room. So yeah, pretty good all in all, I would say. This episode is a bit on the shorter side, but I'm still happy with all the progress that we made. And to finish off today, I want to do another achievement. I'm currently at 670 achievements in total. So the ones that are left are most of them a bit on the harder side, but there's still quite a bunch that are actually doable. So here in the mining tab we have this one called bottom to top, where you have to place every cave block at the very top of the world. So after gathering all of the items on the list and a very long climb upwards, this really wasn't too hard. And there we have another one done. Yeah, we're getting very slowly closer to the 1000 or whatever it is in total. In the beginning, of course, it went very quickly, and now I really have to prepare for each one and pick them out carefully, see what makes sense. But it's still really fun, and I just do it every now and again. Yeah, I'm gonna put this episode out on the 3rd of March because that's the anniversary of episode 1 of season 1 of Cornerstone, actually. So it's been 1 year for me on the Cornerstone SMP. One really fun year. Thank you for everyone who's watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!